You asked for broomstick lace, and here we go. You need a number of stitches divisible by 5, and I started with a base of single crochets. I show the technique using the straw of a bubble tea, and in a second turn I show it using a very thick needle. After having finished the last row, I don't turn the work. You continue working from left to right. And now you pull out one long loop and put it on the straw or any other means you use. And now into the next single crochet to the right. So you could also use a very thick needle instead. Just pull through the thread, pull up a loop and put it on the straw. And pull through and a loop and put it on the straw. It's rather simple. And you continue with pulling loops through every single crochet in the row. You may try various things as tools up to the size of the paper roll of toilet paper, for example. Just try a little bit. So this is Speedo. Fast forward now. So counting one stitch more, one loop more. And now I'm starting the row with 3 turning chains for an even edge. That depends on the height of your loops. And off we go. Now you take 5 of those loops onto your hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you pull through the thread through those 5 loops. Then you hold those loops in place. Just hold them tight so that you still see the hole where the thread comes out, and work 1 single crochet. And now work 4 more single crochets into that hole where the first single crochet was placed. 3, 4, 5. And now you repeat the procedure. 5 loops on your hook, yarn through all 5 loops, and you hold those 5 loops, turn to the left a little bit, 1 single crochet and 4 single crochets into the same hole on top of the 5 loops. So this is a small version of the stitch, as this bubble tea straw has a diameter of approximately 1.5 centimeters. And repeat to the end of the row. So this is the last one, and after that you crochet 1 double crochet. You work 1 double crochet into the last stitch. This forms an even edge. So again, we don't turn the work, we continue working from left to right. Pull out 1 loop and put it on the straw. So you see, in this case the pattern appears on the right side only. I will show you a version where you can have the pattern on both sides, so a reversible version. And now you continue like before, 1 loop out of every single crochet and the loop onto the straw. Now you made the first loop out of the double crochet, so you will have 1 loop more than in the first row. This is no problem. In this row you will make the last element out of 6 loops. So you should have a number of stitches divisible by 5 plus 1. And again 3 turning chains, 5 loops onto the hook, yarn through those 5 loops, hold those 5 loops a little bit to the left, work 1 single crochet and 4 more single crochets into the top hole of those 5 loops. So if you want to have a pattern reversible, we will continue with 1 row of single crochets and the next row of loops after this. And again at the end of the row 1 double crochet. So now you see the pattern appears on the right side, and now we will work 1 row of single crochets for a version which is reversible. So now we turn the work and we start the row with 2 turning chains, replacing 1 half double crochet and 1 half double crochet into the gap before the single crochets. Now you work 4 single crochets into the 4 single crochets of the previous row and again into the gap 1 half double crochet and 4 single crochets into the single crochets of the previous row and 1 half double crochet into the gap, and so on. And you end the row with 1 half double crochet again. So now I'm working with this very thick needle, and also we only take the back loop of every single crochet and 1 loop and put it on the needle. Same as before, but with a thicker needle, and we are working only through the back loop of every single crochet. One loop out of every single crochet through the back loop. To the end of the row, 21 loops in my case. I started with 20 stitches, and you see here this little rib that's produced by working in the back loop only. And at the end of the row I will work, I should work 5 or 6 turning chains, as those loops have a different height. So, and here I forget about this and I work only 3 turning chains. I will correct this in a minute. And again 5 loops onto the hook. And now I see that the turning chains are not long enough. So I take the loops on my middle finger, they are big enough, and work 2 more turning chains. So now it's easier to work with those bigger loops. I keep them on my finger and I work 5 single crochets into all 5 loops. So here you see the pattern clearly. And again 5 loops onto my middle finger and 5 single crochets into it. And just continue like that. And at the end of the row you will work 1 triple crochet to make up for the height. And you will see that the pattern looks more beautiful with bigger loops. Just try which size would fit your yarn. Here we are, smaller version, bigger version, with a thick straw and with thicker needles on one side and pattern on both sides. Enjoy our broomstick lace. You didn't need a broom to fly away.